Hello everyone and welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. Today on the table we have another Game of Thrones, a card game, 2nd edition video for you. We are still in round 1. We are at the Face-to-Face Store Championship 2017. In this match we have on the left Rene, on the right we have Kevin. Rene is playing a Martell Lord of the Crossing. On the right, Kevin is playing Martell Banner of the Wolf. And just like in the first video for this series, I'm going to have to mute the volume of the camera due to the speaker that was right by the camera blaring copyright music. I had to upload the first version of, or the first video of this series a couple times to find out. I started getting emails from YouTube about copyright infringement. So I lowered the volume, tried to talk over it, didn't work. So I just had to completely mute it. So I apologize for that. I have to do it again for this video. But after this, we will have sound back, or at least we should. They turned down the music and turned the speaker around. So it wasn't really making any noise, but we will find out. So I apologize for that. Also apologize for the glare here in round 1 on the camera. I did move the cameras after the first round, so we have a little less glare. But on to the game. So we have Trading with the Batoshi flipped on the left, hitting a Varys Riddle, which the Varys Riddle player Kevin there does not want to see, because now he has to trigger Varys Riddle to give 3 gold to the Trading with the Batoshi player. So 3 gold for both players. And on setup, on the left, we have Arion Martell, a Desert Scavenger and a King's Road. And it looks like Kevin on the right here, the Martell Wolf player, has chosen the Martell Crossing player to go first, Rene. And the Martell Wolf player looks like he's got set up a Winterfell Steward. And it looks like Bran under the glare there, and a Harrenhal, and a King's Road. Now, Harrenhal's newer card, that is from the new pack. Something about sending a character, or when a character is played, sacrifice Harrenhal to kill that character, at least the Stark version of Harrenhal. Saw a couple decks in the tournament playing that new Harrenhal card that just released, I think, 2 days before this tournament. We got a hold of it. I didn't even really know what it did when I showed up to the tournament. And my buddy Throne Runner, when I was messaging him, seeing if he was coming to the tournament, which he wasn't, he told me, watch out for Harrenhal. Basically 5 minutes before the tournament started. So, but I've played with cards similar like it in first edition. And we have that Captain's Daughter, which is kind of similar. I like my opponent having to make the choice of when to pop it, and this one's 4 golds. That's a 4 gold investment. It's a location card that they've had to put in their deck. I like it, but I'm not too worried about it. I can play around it pretty well, is how I feel. I like putting that up on my opponent to make that choice. So looks like we got a Rattleshirts Raiders, a Knights of the Sun, and Gaston Grey marshaled out on top, a Rose Road for the Martell Crossing players. We spread out his board wide. He's getting multiple icons on the table. He's got some Gaston Grey insurance there to help him if any bigger threats are played across the table. And it looks like we're over to the Martell Wolf player for marshalling. Let's see what Kevin marshals in here. He has 8 gold due to getting 3 from trading. And he still has that King's Road there he can pop, plus his Winterfell Steward he can use to reduce a Stark character by 1. So there goes that King's Road. 3 more gold. So for 6 costs, we have Tyene Sand in there with a duplicate. And another copy of Arion is now on the other side of the board. And it looks like that's all the gold. Looks like you might reduce the cost of a Stark character here by 1. Maybe playing another Winterfell Steward. Yep, looks like that is. And that's his marshalling over to Rene, the Martell Crossing player. See if he decides to try to trigger his agenda here in the first round by doing his 3 challenges. And he starts with a 3-strength military challenge here with the Rattleshirts Raiders. No military icons across the board. Actually, there'll be 2 strength. Lord of the Crossing reduces the first challenge characters in the first challenge by 1 strength, so it's only 2. So it looks like that is unopposed. So the crossing Martell Crossing player will go up 1 power to 0, and the kneeling Winterfell Steward is going to be chosen for claim. So Rene is just here choosing whether he continues on doing his 3 challenges. I could do an intrigue, but that will expose him a little bit in the intrigue department. And you have Tyene Sand sitting across the board. And with both players having Arion out, you can't just calculate what you see on the board. And I think that's why Rene went with the military first. See if Arion will be bounced, try to force her hand. But he had military claim, didn't need to do it. So it looks like a power challenge next for strength. And the unopposed is going to be blocked with the Winterfell Steward, but there's nothing to claim. So not much gained out of that challenge. But he needs to do 3 for that agenda bonus. So it'll have to be an intrigue plus 2 strength. Right now he has Arion in play. Maybe he's feeling a little safer since he has Gaston Grey out from Tyene coming at him. But it looks like Kevin's going to use Tyene on the defense since Gaston Grey's out there. And block the unopposed. So we got Lord of the Crossing triggered to get an extra power there. Should get some intrigue claim here. And a copy of Nymeria is grabbed there on intrigue claim. And over to the Martell Wolf player. So we got an intrigue challenge with Arion Martell. 4 strength. We're going to see Arion on the other side hop back to hand. If he can't jump in anyone to fully defend it, he's going to risk losing his Arion on the intrigue challenge, so he may not want to do that. So he triggers Arion to bring a character in. It is a dupe of Arion Martell, so it becomes a dupe. And since there's no character brought into play, Arion doesn't go back, because that character became a duplicate. Looks like a copy of Imprison was grabbed for intrigue claim. And now we have a power challenge of 1 with Bran. And the unopposed is block. Claim of 1. So now it's 2 power on the Martell Wolf side to 1 on the Martell Crossing side. And dominance will tie it up on both sides with 2. So I think that Gaston Grey on the board is definitely preventing Tyene from running wild here and poisoning those Knights of the Sun, the Rattleshirts Raiders. So we got Song of Summer flipped on the Crossing side and Calling the Banners flipped on the Wolf side. And Calling the Banners getting 4 gold there from the opponent's characters. And Song of Summer giving +1. to all the Martell Crossing characters, which is pretty good to counteract the negative side of the agenda. So we have a Spear Maiden marshaled in on the crossing side. She has to win a military challenge by 5. And when she goes in attacking, you can choose which character will be chosen for claim if she wins by 5. And over to the Martell Wolf player for marshalling. Martell Crossing player looks like he's sitting on 2 gold. Still not popping that King's Road he's got. Maybe he's saving it for post Valar Morghulis. Which seems to be a pretty good idea lately. And we have Imprison played on the Spear Maiden, so she loses her military icon. So she will be a 4 strength Iron Throne just standing there for dominance. And a copy of Nymeria is marshaled in. So she'll be able to steal an icon from an opponent's character, which she'll take the Rattleshirt's Raiders military icon to also prevent them from getting rid of the Imprisoned. Leaving only the Knights of the Sun out there with a military icon, unless Arion bounces back to hand to bring someone in who has one. So Nymeria is a great counter to crossing decks since she takes away icons, limits options. And whenever your characters start losing icons in a crossing deck, you could be in serious trouble. Especially if you're trying to get that agenda bonus and do all 3 challenges. Could leave you with having trouble winning those challenges, and also leave you with a board that's completely knelt when your opponent goes to attack. And again, we see the crossing player going first here in the challenges phase, having to decide whether he wants to do those attacks, try to get that bonus on the agenda. We see Harrenhal still sitting out there, not being used yet. I guess when you have an Imprisoned in hand, there's no reason to use it to kill the Spear Maiden. And it looks like Rene, the crossing player, will choose to pass challenges. He's not going to do any. He realizes he's got to play a little bit of defense after losing those icons. So it looks like a power challenge with Arion Martell and Bran Stark. 5 strength. Knights of the Sun and Arion would both have to kneel to block it. And it looks like the unopposed bonus is just going to be blocked with Arion. And the Martell Wolf player is now at 3 power. Now he's weighing his options, asking his opponent's hand count there, which Rene on the left has 4 cards in hand. These are kind of choices you have to decide whether you're just going to run into that Gaston Grey, and can you recover from it next turn, or do you just let it sit on the board and keep holding you hostage? I guarantee Rene has it sitting there just for Tyene. So you know you can probably throw Nymeria in a challenge and not have to worry. Actually, we have Arya jumping in for Arion. She's going to get a duplicate. Now as a military icon. She also has power icon and stealth. And looks like we had a military challenge. Stealthing the Knights of the Sun. Should be unopposed. Unless Arion's going to let someone jump in. We did see a Knights of the Sun in Rene's hand right now, so he could bring him in. But does he care? Oh, I forgot about Song of Summer. So Arion, that's why he put Bran in with Arion. Had to get to 5 strength because Arion was at 5 strength. On the other side of the board because of the +1 from the plot there. Looks like we got a Palace Spearman jumping in for Arion. And a dupe falls off. Arion goes back to hand. And Palace Spearman is in there. Does not have an intrigue icon though. But Harrenhal pops off. House Cardinal, Harrenhal sacrificed. And the Palace Spearman is killed. And 2 gold for Vengeance at Elia. So unopposed bonus. We got Bran sacrificed to cancel Vengeance for Elia. So the claim will not be returned back onto the player on the right. And now he's got to make his claim choice. Most likely be the Desert Scavenger. And it is. Yes, Harrenhal does read. After character enters play, kneel your faction card and sacrifice Harrenhal to kill it. So it doesn't matter if it enters play during challenges phase, marshalling, whatnot. Doesn't have to be a marshaled character. Just enters play. So we're waiting for them to choose their next plots. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. It's free. It helps support us here. You can click the subscribe button below. Also hit that little alarm bell button beside it if you haven't already, if you are a subscriber. And just so you're notified every time a video goes up or we go live. It does help. Also hit that like button, leave a comment below, and share this video on social media. Also helps out the channel. Much appreciated. And thank you guys for watching. You guys are awesome. So it looks like we have Confiscation flipped into Trading with the Batoshi. So 3 gold gain on the left side, obviously. And we have that Imprisoned discarded off of the Spear Maiden. So she is now free to do what she wants as long as Nymeria doesn't take her icon. But we will see. We could have some more icon removal attachments played here during the marshalling phase. But it looks like the Martell Wolf player will be going first this time. The Crossing player definitely needs to get an intrigue icon on that board if he wants to be able to do his 3 challenges. So a Green Blood Trader marshaled it on the right to look at the top 2 cards of the deck. Choose one of them, put the other one on the bottom of the deck. I played that high gold trading with the Mitoshi, so we should see some either some big characters come out, maybe another Harrenhal played. Something expensive for sure. He has quite the wide board of characters, so I don't see him wanting to marshal out a bunch of small characters, but he continues to do so here. He's digging. Played another Green Blood Trader. And the choice was quicker that time. Let's see if it was something he wanted to marshal here. So Winterfell Steward knelt. And we have Roose Bolton marshaled into play. And another Imprison played on the Spear Maiden. Oh, wow. Rene told Kevin to quit it. Those attachments. So while they're reading Roose Bolton there, we'll read Roose Bolton. So he's 6 cost. Military Intrigue, 4 strength. He's unique. Stark. Not loyal. He's an ally. House Bolton and a lord. He's got the reaction after you win a challenge in which Roose Bolton is attacking. Choose up to X total strength. Worth of characters controlled by the losing opponent. X is Roose Bolton's strength. Sacrifice Roose Bolton to kill each of those characters. It's basically some more target kill at 6 costs. And there obviously are tricks in the game to boost his strength, but even just straight up, he's going to be able to kill 6 strength worth of characters. But you have to win the challenge in which he's attacking, but he doesn't need to do it alone, so that's pretty good. So if you look at Kevin's deck on the right, he's got Tyene to do some killing. He's got Roose to do some killing, and Harrenhal to do some killing. Lots of kill. So on the left, we have a Green Blood Trader played there to dig for some cards. And there we go. The King's Road finally popped. And we have Harmon Uller played here. Not a popular played character, that's for sure. I think his time in the sun is still yet to come. But he does have Renown, and he has the text, each Sand Snake character in your hand gains Ambush X. X is 1 less than that card's printed cost. And he's a House Uller and a Lord. So it's basically just another way to get a decent strength and icons on the board, but that Renown keyword is, I'm sure, the big reason, but you can also ambush in some sneaky Sand Snakes for you if you need to. More ways to mess with challenge math, basically. So we're starting with an Intrigue challenge with Roose Bolton, 4 strength. And we only have a 1 strength Green Blood Trader sitting on the board. No Ariel Martell to bounce back to bring anything in. So it looks like he will be able to get off his kill this turn. He doesn't have to sacrifice him. He doesn't have to trigger the ability. So you can keep him out there until an opportune time. But looks like this Martell Wolf text meant for putting on pressure. So just going to keep hammering it home, I'm sure. And you want to kill characters on the board to reduce the amount of challenge choices for the crossing player, so he can't get all his challenges in. So I can see him killing that Green Blood Trader just to get the Intrigue icon off the table, so he doesn't get to his 3rd challenge and being able to do his bonus from his agenda. But he's going to actually kill Harmon Uller. Try to prevent things like what just happened there with the Bastard Daughter just bouncing in with ambush for 1 cost. And we got Knights of the Sun. So Nymeria is going to steal a military icon off of the Rattleshirts Raiders. And with Kevin going first there, he's able to trigger Roose Bolton before Gaston Grey went off since he was first player. So now we have Arya coming in, military challenge, stealth in the Knights of the Sun. Could be blocked by the Bastard Daughter before they're probably claimed to steal a card out of Kevin's hand. So on an opposed gain, we have 6 power now on the right to 2 power on the left. And the Rattleshirts Raider is going to be taken for claim. He's really trying to keep his 3 icon options open. Maybe try to rush a little bit, try to catch up in the power department using his Lord of the Crossing agenda. And we're starting it off here with a power challenge. -1 strength, so it's 3 strength. And it's going to go unopposed. So we actually have 5 power on the right, 4 on the left now. So not too far apart here. And we got a military challenge, 1 strength with the Bastard Daughter. Fully blocked by Nymeria. And an intrigue challenge of 3. And blocked by Tyene and the 2 Green Blood Traders. So fully stuffed dominance goes to Rene on the left. So it's a tie game, 5-5. So they're choosing their next plots here. See a first snow of winter in Kevin's hand on the right. I think Rene on the left is in a tough spot. I mean, even though they're tied on power, if you look at the board, it's definitely falling behind a little bit. But that Gas and Gray, I think, slowing down Kevin on the right. So we have 2 first snow of winters flipped on the same turn. So both players look like they're thinking the same thing. So now they're going to roll for initiative. Looks like Kevin on the right wins it. And he's going to choose himself to go first. So Kevin on the right getting 3 gold only. He's going to marshal a character. He's going to have to use that Winterfell Steward to reduce it. Unless he has a King's Road or... looks like he's got a Blood Orange Grove there, actually. So if he does have a 4-cost Martell character, he can get in there. But it looks like a Green Blood Trader, which is smart. Play it on first snow. It's going to come back to hand. You're going to get to play them again and reuse their ability, which he has all 3 in play, which is pretty juicy. He's just trying to cycle up, fill up his hand, pick the best cards. He's going to have to discard a few to reserve probably, but at least it's good to keep the best ones. So we should have a Tyene out there with a dupe, Nymeria and Arya losing her dupe to first snow. And all the rest of those guys going away. On the left right now, he'll leave the Spear Maiden out and a Knights of the Sun, unless he can marshal something else in here. He does have 4 gold, so he has enough to play a 4-cost character to keep it in play. Maybe he's got a King's Road too. You know, he spent a gold here on an attachment. Moving a power icon. And keeping 3 gold. And this is the turn where you wish he still had Harmon Uller in play, that's for sure. So he's able to ambush in Sand Snakes, but the Crossing player is not going to be able to do that. Oh, actually, 2 first snows. I'm an idiot. Yeah, so that'll go off twice. So Arya goes back to hand. No matter what, because she would save herself from the first one, but then the other first snow blizzard whizzes by and sends her back to hand. So we got a 4 strength military here from the player on the right. 4 strength coming in, and only. Actually, no military icons on the other side since Nymeria stole it. So it will be unopposed. But Gastron Grey goes off, sends Nymeria back to hand. And Claim is the Spear Maiden, putting the military icon removing attachment in prison back to hand. Looks like we might have a March to the Wall play followed up here. And we got an intrigue challenge now with Tyene poisoning the Knights of the Sun. So we will go away at the end of the phase. And intrigue claim from that challenge is going to be Ariane. And Rene says the 1 card in his hand he wanted to keep. But that's the way it works. And now we have a power challenge with Knights of the Sun. Who, yeah, would be gaining renown. But since he's going away anyway, he's not going to put the power token on there. And now it's 8 power on the left after dominance. To only 6 power on the right. And now Kevin on the right's just going to discard some cards for reserve. We still have Tyene out there with a dupe. She has no power icon. But she does not care about that icon, really. So if Rene on the left has March to the Wall, now is the time to play it. And he's going to actually discard all of his green blood traders. So it looks like he got the cards he needed. Arrow Hota. Looks like an Attainted. And a Winterfell Steward. All discarded for reserve. It's basically most of the stuff that jump back to hand after the first snow. So since Rene's sitting here taking some time looking through his plots, maybe he's not playing March to the Wall. Maybe he does have a Gastron Grey in hand. Maybe he's got another copy. So he doesn't need to play it now, but... completely empty board is not what you want to see as a Lord of the Crossing player. He's going to have to build up from scratch again to try to get that agenda bonus going. So Varys Riddle and Confiscation. So that's going to twice remove attachments, but there is only 1 in play. So for sure that I forget what it's even called. It's going to be removed. The power moving attachment. Condemned? Is it condemned? I think it's condemned. Yeah, that's condemned. So the crossing player on the left is going first. He's got 6 gold to play with here. He's obviously not playing March to the Wall. And he's going to have to deal with Tyene. Maybe he got an Attainted. Maybe he's got Nymeria coming in. No, he's playing a green blood traders. Paid for it there. And he's going to look at the top 2 cards. Hopefully find the answer he needs. Milk of the Poppy, Attainted, Gastron Grey. And he's not going to take any of them. He's going to put them both down, which is possible. It is choose up to 1 to put on the bottom. I mean, into your hand, sorry. And then the other 2 can go back if you don't pick one. which is very strange. So we have a Bastard Daughter played and a House Dane Knight. So 3 little 2-cost chuds played for the 6 gold. And he's out. Over to Kevin on the right, who has 4 gold to play with. Plus a Blood Orange Grove, which we're kneeling now. And gets out a Desert Scavenger, who is knelt. Introduce a Martell character. Ariane down to 4 gold, which will spend all his gold to keep her in play. So he has the options of bouncing in a character and bouncing her out of play. So over to the Crossing player. The only character that can really get hit by Tyene is the Bastard Daughter, and you're okay if she dies. So I think he's going to go for it here. Try to push through his 3 challenges. Oh, he actually doesn't have a power icon. Never mind. Never mind. Got 3 characters, but not 3 icons. So dupe off Tyene for military claim there from the House Dane Knights military challenge. Obviously went unopposed since there's no military icons across the board. And that's it for challenges for Rene on the left. Over to Kevin on the right for his challenges now. So we got 9 power on the left to 6 on the right. So we got a power challenge here for strength. And that'll go unopposed. So we are tied up at 8 now. Nymeria is back. Ariane goes back to hand. And military icon stolen off the Bastard Daughter. That will be unopposed and claimed. Bastard Daughter goes off. Let's see who we grab for the Bastard Daughter's ability from the hand of the player on the right. And it's an Imprisoned. And Intrigue Challenge goes unopposed. And claim is Nymeria. Ouch. And Dominance goes to Rene on the left. So it's 9 power on the left to 10 on the right. And we have another Song of Summer in the deck on the left, played against a Close Call on the right. And it looks like all he's doing is moving a Winterfell Steward there and drawing a card. So Close Call, not really pulling anyone out of the dead pile. No one's really dying on that side, but he's going to play it anyway. So it looks like Rene on the left will be marshalling first here. Yeah, 6 gold again to play with. So usually these crossing decks want to gain as much power as fast as possible. But Kevin on the right here is Martell Wolf deck doing a great job of making sure that doesn't happen and keeping this game close and grinding out here. So we got Edric Dane marshaled on the left. You can spend a gold to give him an icon of your choice. He does have stealth, but only 1 strength. He's +1 right now from the plot. But he's going to be -1 from the agenda if he's in the first challenge. And Arohota gets marshaled straight up, 3 costs. No ambush shenanigans with him. And sits on a gold. Over to Kevin on the right for marshalling. He's going to have 5 gold to play with. Plus got the Blood Orange Grove. And I think a Desert Scavenger there still. Under that white bright glare. Yeah, it is a Desert Scavenger. So kneel in the Blood Orange Grove. Or not. So we do have the Blood Orange Grove knelt. And then we have it stood up again. So Kevin's just practicing to make sure he's able to kneel that location correctly. And there he goes. He's attempting it again. And he's going to do it this time. And Ariane is brought back into play. And the Desert Scavenger is going to bring in another Desert Scavenger. And it looks like that's going to be it. Over to Rene on the left for his challenges. Looks like Nymeria is not going to steal an icon yet. Funny thing is she can do it right after Edric gets an icon. Oh, maybe. Oh, actually, she is going to trigger here. Take Arahota as military. So we got an Intrigue Challenger 1 here. Ariane's going to fully block it. And we're going to have a military with the House Day Knight and then a power with Edric here. Try to get his agenda bonus. I don't think it'll be enough to get to the win. And it might open it up for Kevin to close it out here. And Rene on the left's just counting out some strength totals here. Or maybe counting out how much power that he will lose if he kneels all his guys out and leaves multiple unopposed open. So looks like he's going to give a military challenge to Edric Dane. Or military icon, sorry, to Edric Dane. And he's going to stealth Nymeria. A military challenge, 2 strength. We're going to see Ariane's ability triggered here. I'm not sure you care about this military challenge, really. You just let it go unopposed and kill the Desert Scavenger. Maybe he's afraid his opponent getting too much power and wants to possibly bomb someone in with Ariane and block it. And Arya is going to come into play. Ariane goes back to hand. A dupe gained on Arya Stark. And she's going to block the unopposed, and the Desert Scavenger is killed. And now military challenge with Nymeria. It looks like Kevin's able to get all 3 challenges through here if he wants. With a Nymeria kill on top of it. Or a, Tyene kill on top of it. So it goes unopposed, unopposed power collected. 11 power now to 9. And the Green Blood Trader chosen for claim. And now Tain's going to come in on an Intrigue challenge. And the reaction is going to trigger hit Edric with a poison token. Tears of Bliss on Arohota. Ouch. 2 poison tokens thrown in the same challenge here. Unopposed bonus gain, 12 power now on the right. Grabs the Rattle Shirts Raiders for claim. And we have a little power challenge here with the Desert Scavenger. Unopposed and claim, putting him 1 power away from winning. And Dominance, though, continues to go to Rene on the left. So 1 away for Kevin on the right. We're at 14-9. And the last plot played for both players. No Valor in the Crossing deck, which makes sense, but Early Frost played into March to the Wall. So completely empty board again for the second time for Rene on the left. Staring at Arya, Nymeria, and Tain. And Kevin's going to marshal in Harrenhal, but Rene's just going to concede. He's got nothing. And Kevin's going to dupe Harrenhal just to be cheeky there. But yeah, thanks a lot, guys, for playing under the camera. Thanks a lot, everyone, for watching. Kevin takes it there. And thanks to everyone on patreon.com/Rob's Gaming Table for donating. You see all their awesome names there on the screen. You guys are amazing. Thanks for helping bring these videos to the masses. You guys are awesome. Thanks for watching. We do have more videos coming up from this series shortly. So stay tuned. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And yeah, see you guys in the next video. Thanks a lot.